Hey, you're listening to Don't Lie to Your Life Coach podcast with Kim Arrington. I'm Kim Arrington. I'm a life coach, a weight loss coach, an author, and a badass passionate about helping you connect back to your most authentic self. Join me here each week so I can coach you on how to think all those juicy thoughts that get you feeling your absolute best and taking some big ass action. Coaching has changed my life, and it can change your life too. I'm here to give you real life solutions to create a life you'll love. Because the truth is, boo, you ain't just got problems, you got options. Hey, welcome back, y'all. So today, we are going to talk about a topic. I was minding my own business, as I typically do, and all of a sudden I heard in my ear, vanity, midlife vanity. So I always joke with people, I don't think it's a joke though, and I talk about how vanity for me, not talking about the Bible definition, y'all. We're going to take it to another one. But feeling good about how I look, feeling good about how I show up, always asking myself, is there something different I want to do? And today is a perfect time because if you're watching this on YouTube, I just got my teeth whitened. I know they look really good. It's something that I thought about. It was my first time doing Zoom whitening. And I really kind of went back and forth about it because, you hear this, you hear that. And I realized that I am a smile person. And I found myself smiling less because I felt a little self-conscious. And that's why the whole point isn't to not feel self-conscious, y'all. The whole point is, what is the self-consciousness showing me that I could change, that I could find another solution for? That's the money shot. Okay, that's it. Like, I don't want to not be self-conscious. I want to ask the self-consciousness what it wanted to teach me, what it wanted to tell me, what it wanted me to know. And what it wanted me to know was, hey, sexy bitch, I like your smile. It doesn't represent how I feel about myself. What can I do? Slap down some money at your dentist and got my teeth whitened. You don't have to do that. You can find your version. And this is what this whole topic is about today, is what do you need to do to feel good about yourself? And let me tell you, I know we're always, I'll tell you inside out, but sometimes we got to do outside in. And sometimes the inside has directed us to pay attention to the outside. We're not trying to use anybody's beauty standards. Remember, the whole point of midlife is reclaiming who you want to be, how you want to be, why you want to be. Hell, they can't even decide on what midlife is. I literally every now and then go and look at a definition. Midlife I've seen start at 35. Midlife I've seen start at 40. Midlife, I literally saw 42 one time to 65. Doesn't really matter. I will tell you what I think the markers of midlife really, really is all about, is the idea that I do not exist to live to please others. I do not exist to be this for others. I exist to have an experience. Let me get a little deep, little woo with it. Spirit having an experience in that particular form of you. And you get to answer these questions of what it looks like. Okay? That's how I see midlife, the time to come back to reclaim yourself. So let's chop it up. Let's get into it about midlife vanity. So y'all ain't gonna sue me. Y'all are not gonna sue me. Y'all ain't gonna sue me. I'm never going to tell you to do any beauty procedure, any of that. I'm not going to tell you to do that. I will share with you what I do. I will share what my friends do. And then you will decide if you want to do that. You ain't going to sue me. So in terms of midlife vanity, it doesn't even, and let's just, we don't reclaim that word vanity. The whole idea, I know it's one of the deadly sins, right? But taking that word back and thinking about, I always tell people I'm on the Angela Bassett, anti-aging plan. What that means is I look at Angela and I say, she looks good, good. And how can I find that version of me? And so for me, just yesterday was teeth whitening. Now, interestingly enough, it was a good experience for me, but it did not come without a little pain. And it was a little pain, a little tooth sensitivity, right? And I think that's something to think about as we step into who we want to be. And I know that we're talking aesthetically right now, but even spiritually or even mentally, physically, there may be some discomfort in that. And you'll have to decide what level of discomfort you're willing to go for, because let's be real, not being yourself can be extreme discomfort. And I'm here for the chicks who I know are in their 50s and 60s and have purple hair or, orange hair or pink hair. I'm here for that. So a big thing about midlife vanity is owning it, right? Owning it, looking around. I've heard this a lot lately. Stop following on Facebook or Instagram the people that make you feel bad about yourself. Now, don't nobody make me feel bad about myself, so I don't have to stop or unfollow. I look at these people, the different folks in life, in social media land, and I see inspiration. Sometimes my inspiration is, I really want to do that. Sometimes or I want to try that. Sometimes my inspiration is, I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to try that. I tell you all, JOMO, the joy of missing out. Okay. We got FOMO, fear of missing out. No, there is a joy in missing out too. I'm never going to have plastic surgery. You heard it here. I'm not into the Botox. Plenty of people are. I have no judgment if that's what you want to do, but that's not my deal. I like to take what I have and use other methods. There are a lot of other things that I think can give dramatic results. It may not be the result that some folks want. And if you want to plastic surgery it up, I know people who've done it and who have had great experiences. It's your personal decision. But for me, I am going to go in with a pair of weights and I'm going to lift my booty myself. But I'm not going to judge anybody who goes and gets a Brazilian butt lift if that's what they want to do. I'm actually going to look at it and be like, cool. Okay. So I think one of the things you want to do is consider what your standard is. What do you want? We have all these folks who tell us what to wear. But if your jam, every time I think of overalls, I think of the song, I love 80s pop, Come On Eileen, where they all had on overalls. We don't know why the hell they had on overalls, but it was wonderful. I love that song. Every time I think of that song, I think of my dearly sweet departed soul sister, Michelle Gonzalez Green, because we would listen to that song and laugh and be like, why the hell they have on the overalls? We don't know. But anyway, this idea that your overalls can be my dresses. I love dresses. I love boots. I love, purses and earrings. But you might rock those overalls in a way that is incredible. Yoga pants. People always spend this time. I remember this whole debacle around women, Black women wearing their hair bonnets in public. I have never looked at a Black woman ever in my life and said she should not have worn that. I have never, ever done that. I have seen women wearing things and I've been intrigued by it. I've been emboldened, is that a word? By it. I've been like, ooh, I want to have some of what she's having. But I have never, ever in my life looked at a woman and said, why the hell does she have that on? I've never done that. Somebody might prove me wrong if I have done that. Let me come back and say, if I have done that, I have done it so infrequently. It is just not a part of my imprint to do that. So that's another thing. If you're going to claim this midlife vanity, you just might want to relax your rules at how you judge the others. You get to do that in midlife. You get to unlearn the Bible lessons you don't want to have a part of your, every day. You get to unlearn those things your parents said that do not agree with you, or caregivers. You get to unlearn what society says is aesthetically pleasing. You get to unlearn it. As a matter of fact, today, I have on the red lipstick and I have on this yellow. There's a picture that my mom wasn't the 70s, it was probably really early 80s. And I had on yellow and red and I thought it was so hot. Okay. So I find inspiration from where I've been too. So I know that a lot of us try to get rid of the past, right? But what is my version? Like, I could think of this beautiful picture of me. It was taken in New York. It was with my friend Natasha, and Tartar is what I call her. And I know it was my MySpace. Yes, I said MySpace photo for years. I had this fro. I had this fake Fendi bag. I did not even know it was a fake Fendi. I just know that I bought it and I loved it. And I had no idea. I wasn't cool enough that, the internet wasn't all popping and stuff where I could say, oh, that's a Fendi. I just saw it in the village and I bought it. I was like, there's a red purse. I love it. Well, come to find out it was a fake Fendi. Okay. I actually have a real Fendi now, so I know the difference. But that was a humble brag, by the way. I do love designer bags. I love my Europeans. I love designer bags. And I also, anyway. So there's this picture where my head is thrown back. I have on a green tube top, these jeans I know I got from Gap. And I have that red bag and I have that come hither look in my eyes. And I think about that picture because that's part of what I'm still trying to embody. How old was I? 21, 22? I'm still embodying that. I'm still finding ways to feel, even in this turtleneck, right? This is one of my favorite colors, yellow, but just the feel, to really feel into who I want to be in that moment through how I look on the outside. How can you make your outside, reflect your inside? So that's one of the things. There is a freedom, y'all. There is a freedom in doing the thing you said you always wanted to do. There is a freedom in trying it and seeing how you like it. Variety is the spice of life. There is a freedom in that. And how that looks. What does it mean for you to age beautifully on display for everyone to see? Have you answered that question? Have you? Have you done your version of what it is? Like my version of whitening my teeth, reclaiming my smile. Yeah, it was dramatic, y'all. But I could have reclaimed my smile without doing that. So I'm going to play a little bit of the devil's advocate. Do you have to do all the things to do something? Do you have to, I have this idea of a green bikini and I've been working hard, but y'all, I could find a green bikini right now that I look good in. I could. You could find your version right now of what it is you say you want? You could. It's not as hard as you think. If I'm really going to be really real with y'all, midlife vanity is really about just when the question comes up about who do I want to be? Who do I want to unbecome? Who is staring back at me? You just answer that. You just answer it. How do I want to feel is a good place to start with. Do you want to feel sexy? Do you want to feel seen? Do you want to, and God, I'm going to say it, masculine and feminine energy? Do you want to embody more of your feminine energy? Do you want to embody more of your masculine energy? Like, what do you want to do? I will tell y'all this story. I talk about being a professional singer, and my voice was very different when I was doing that work. And I realized, my husband one day said, you really talk hard on your vocal cords. And I realized that I was embodying what I am going to stereotypically say. You ain't got to agree. We can disagree. I'm real good with that. I was really embodying a lot of my masculine energy. And it took me a while to reclaim this voice. This is actually my voice. The other one wasn't. So I talked to you about that, reclaiming who you are, spending some time. I really believe there is nothing sexier than spending some time digging into who you are and if it still fits. Because sometimes, y'all, it don't fit. And you're walking around in the world and you're feeling inauthentic, and literally, and I want to make sure you hear what I'm saying, 1 or 2 changes could make everything different. 1 or 2 changes. Or embracing this little wrinkle right here. I told y'all I'm not going to do any surgical interventions on that. These wrinkles right here, this texture on my forehead from working out all the time, this is my red badge of courage. This is what it is. It's my courage. It's me accepting who I was. Instead of wanting that past person back, I pull that past person close enough to me to say, what does she want to tell me? What does your past person want to tell you that you want to grab? Another story. The pandemic, for all that it took from us, returned some gifts too. It gave us a lot of time to go inside to figure out where, who, what, why, how we were. Some of us didn't like it. Some of us remembered stuff we hadn't done in so many years. I was talking to one of my coaching clients, and she was literally doing paint by numbers. She said she hadn't done it in years. Like, grabbing those desires. For me, that desire was, I took a belly dancing class, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. If you ask me the time, it's always going to be 10 or 15 years. It could have been 3 years ago, but it was 10 or 15 years. I don't know. I took a belly dancing class, and something flashed in my head about belly dancing. I went to the Amazons and ordered a hip scarf. I think it was under 13 US. Okay, $13. And went on YouTube, found my new crush and love, Leela Isaac. She's based in the UK. I've been belly dancing every single day for 10 to 20 minutes. That little purple hip scarf has been amazing for free. And Leela, I'm going to take one of your classes. She teaches in the UK. It would be 3:30 in the morning. I'm going to take one of your classes, Leela. I am coming for you. Why? Because I get to experience myself in a different way. Y'all, Some of this unhappiness you put around is you not allowing yourself to experience yourself in a different way. And you're so hungry for it. And what you do, instead of going straight through it, you take a shortcut. It ends up being a long cut. And you do all these other things to feel connected to yourself when you're waiting right there. If you keep listening to this podcast and you join my program whenever it's available, we're going to go there. We're going to answer those questions that have been plaguing you, the questions you keep pushing away that are still there. And one of them can be, how do I claim how I look in this particular decade? Y'all, the glory days are not your 20s and your 30s. They're your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 90s. You have that experience. It was great. Sometimes it wasn't great. But that's the other thing, what I said about discomfort, right? The discomfort is clarifying. It tells you what you want less of. It helps you to go to the next place, the next destination. And for me, that is spending money on all the face products and having a relationship with my skin I would have never had in my 20s and 30s. My skin should sue me. It is having a relationship with my body through movement, daily movement. It is finding a way to express who I am. I want you to find a way to express who you are. I want you to be inspired. I want you to take the permission that only you can give yourself. I want you to take your little pinky toe and dip it into the deep end. And what you find out is the things you like and you don't like. But it's the most important part of that isn't even the discovery of what it is. It's that you allow yourself the discovery. It's that you go for your desires. It's that you decide, I've done it this way my whole life, and I want to try it this way. That's what it is. So you'll hear me say this all the time. Midlife is the perfect time. Perfect. I'm sure I had a poster growing up in the 80s that was a cat and was like, perfect. The perfect time for you to do that. Start the conversation with your friends who are older, younger, your age group. Talk to them about what they want to try. Listen to them. Let them inspire you. What's the most important is that what you want matters, whether it's the way you look, whether it's the way you feel, whether it's what you want matters. So y'all, when you go and buy your little purple eyeshadow with the glitter, y'all, I hate glitter. I hate glitter. I hated glitter before the pandemic. This is glitter. This is glitter on my nails. Whatever makes your boat float, you deserve it to find out what that is. Okay? So y'all have a good one. Can't wait to talk to you next week. Want to hear it? Go to my Instagram, go to my Facebook group and tell me, what is it that you are reclaiming? What is it that you want? Who do you want to be? All right. Y'all have a great day.
Are you feeling what you just heard? Good, good. Repeat after me. You don't have to figure it out on your own again anymore. I'm here to help. Head over to kimarrington.com and download my free video series dedicated to getting you feeling your best right now. Look around, there's some good stuff waiting on you. Got questions? Well, we're always talking on the socials, so find me on YouTube, Insta, and the book. Don't be shy, y'all. Go listen to another episode or join me here the same time next week. Finally, don't keep good shit to yourself. Share this with a homie that could use some help too. Remember, We're not lying to ourselves anymore. We're not lying to our doctors. And you damn sure don't lie to your life.